The task of driving itself is not perceived to have a high physical workload. However, the ergonomics maintained while driving for long periods can take a physical and mental toll on the mind and body. The nature of the job exposes us to numerous work-related musculoskeletal disorder risk factors due to adverse working conditions. Among these risk factors are long-term static postures, awkward postures such as turning the neck and trunk forward and sideways, whole body vibration, intense shaking, manual handling of loads such as pulling, lifting, and carrying, as well as psychological factors, ergo, stressful work conditions, extended periods of driving, irregular sleep schedules, persistent tiredness, and more. Studies have shown that individual factors, including gender, age, and body mass index (BMI), can also exacerbate the risk of WMSDs among drivers. Research shows that 61.75% of truck drivers have musculoskeletal disorders. The prevalence of MSDs in various parts of the body was estimated as follows: shoulder 31.5%, neck 25.79%, lower back 23.46%, knee 22.26%, ankle 20.46%, wrist 20.25%, upper back 18.65%, elbow 11.91%, and hip 7.50%. A stable driving posture requires the neck, back, shoulder, and arm muscles to maintain static muscular tension over a sustained period, producing localized muscular fatigue, aches, and pains. Prolonged continuous sitting and long working hours make drivers more susceptible to abnormal or poor postures, which, in turn, can be influenced by ergonomic mismatches of the driving area, including seat comfort and design, causing undue stress on the spine. Long-term exposure to whole-body vibrations, jerky and repetitive movements, and a prolonged sedentary lifestyle, present as key aggravating factors, which increase with years as an occupational driver. Poor posture can cause headaches, neck pain, shoulder pain, and stiffness, eye and muscle strain, headaches, and even vision problems. Additionally, research has linked sitting for long periods of time with a number of health concerns that make up metabolic syndromes. They include obesity, increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and unhealthy cholesterol levels. Too much sitting overall and prolonged periods of sitting also seem to increase the risk of death from cardiovascular disease and cancer. Any extended sitting, such as at a desk, behind a wheel or in front of a screen, can be harmful. Sitting for long periods, be it working at your desktop, binge watching your favorite TV show, or battling Mother Nature in a plow truck, is really hard on our bodies, especially, doing that in a vehicle is no exception. We've all felt the results after long shifts: stiff neck, sore shoulders, lower back and butt pain, hip twinges, and more. Left unaddressed, this can lead to not only irritability and fatigue, which affects mood, judgment, and alertness behind the wheel, but also chronic injury and disease. What do we do about it? The detrimental health effects of prolonged sitting can be avoided by promoting an active lifestyle. Combining proper driver ergonomics means aligning and supporting your back, neck, shoulders, arms, hips, buttocks, and legs while also maintaining good visibility and a posture that enables you to operate the vehicle safely and comfortably with maximum control. Driving isn't like sitting in a chair at a desk, because you must constantly move your head, arms, legs, and feet to look around and operate the steering wheel, pedals, buttons and knobs, and sometimes a gear shifter. Extending and holding your arms and legs this way places extra strain on your joints and muscles. Your body also continually absorbs vibrations from the road, sometimes twisting sideways as you go over bumps or make turns. Evidence indicates that in either scenario, taking work breaks after 30 minutes of continuous sitting can reduce mortality risks. Body movements at frequent intervals are more beneficial than a 45-minute workout once a day. Thus, good regular movement with proper ergonomics also helps you be a safer driver while lowering your risks of metabolic syndromes and WMSDs. How to adjust your vehicle for good driver ergonomics. The more options available to adjust the seat, the more likely you'll find a comfortable sitting position. Here are some step-by-step tips, best performed in this sequence. Pay attention to how you sit. It's all too easy for us to start literally slumping into bad posture habits. Aches and pains are often good reminders to sit up straight and shift position. Also, Leaning or slouching in one direction, especially toward a door or an armrest, can lead us to almost unconsciously steering in that direction. Visibility. Seeing properly is crucial to driving safely. Start by making sure you're sitting high enough to clearly see over the dashboard and top of the steering wheel, as well as your mirrors, but not so high that your head touches the ceiling. Then sit up as straight and tall as possible with your shoulder blades pressed against the back of the seat. Immediately adjust your mirrors. If you look in your rear view mirror later and see the car's ceiling rather than directly out the back window, then you'll know you're slouching. Leg position. Position your seat forward enough so you can comfortably reach the pedals while keeping your knees bent a bit. You should be able to depress the brake and clutch pedals to the floor without lifting your back off the seat or locking your knees. Knees should not bump up against the bottom of the dashboard or steering column, and ideally, there should be 1 to 2 inches of clearance between the front edge of the seat and the back of your knees. The seat should also fully support your thighs. Arm position. Next, adjust the seat forward or backward just until you can fully extend your arms in front of you and drape your wrists over the steering wheel. This allows you to hold the steering wheel with your elbows bent at your sides. Your arms should never be fully extended, locked, or above your shoulders. Most cars have adjustable steering wheels that allow them to telescope in and out or be raised and lowered. Also, make sure the steering wheel doesn't obstruct any vital parts of the dashboard. Steering position. Grasp the steering wheel at the 9 and 3 o'clock position, or 10 and 2 o'clock, for maximum comfort and control. Many wheels have little nubs for resting your thumbs. This keeps your shoulders relaxed and your hands and arms safely out of harm's way in case the airbag goes off. Don't hold the steering wheel any higher than 10 and 2 for extended periods, or you could develop tendinitis and other shoulder issues. See to it that you position your steering wheel to keep elbows as close to your sides as possible. They should be in a relaxed position, not tucked too far in, or flared out from your body. This will help minimize reach or overextension of your elbows and wrists. Remember to keep your grip on the steering wheel relaxed, with just enough pressure to maintain good control. This reduces neck and shoulder tension. And don't forget to change hand positions often. Seats. Next, adjust the lumbar support so that the seat fits snugly against your lower back, or use a lumbar cushion. The whole length of your back should feel fully supported by the seat. If you can, adjust the front part of your seat so your knees are slightly lower than your hips. This will relieve stress on your hips and buttocks. Note that seats with generous side bolsters can hold you more securely in place without letting your back and torso sag. If your current seat is too deep and flat where your butt rests, you can fill in the hollow with a small cushion. If you have sciatica or neck pain, tightly roll a small towel and tuck it against your lower back or nestle it at the base of the neck. Confirm that you can depress pedals all the way without twisting your back or moving away from your seat. Consider using special seat cushions that give lumbar support for driving and provide additional gentle support to this sensitive area of your body. Recline your chair back slightly, so the angle between the back and legs is at about a 110-degree angle, keeping in mind you should still be able to slightly shift your body often but in staying close to this position. Seat belts. Next, sit up straight and tall, buckle your seatbelt, then tighten it across your chest and lap. The diagonal part of the belt should securely rest on the middle of your collarbone and not rub against your neck or fall off your shoulder. Even better is if its height can be adjusted up and down by an anchor on the B-pillar located by the back of the driver door. The lap belt should stretch over your pelvic region. Pregnant women should place it beneath their abdomen and over their thighs. Head restraints. This crucial part of driver safety is often overlooked, but it makes a huge difference in preventing whiplash injuries in a serious crash. The top of the headrest should come just above or even with the top of your head. It is far less effective if positioned any lower. Also, make sure that it is not set so far forward that it strains your neck, and that it locks securely in place. Mirror position. After all these adjustments, don't forget to sit up straight and tall and reset your mirrors once more. Avoid leaning your legs into a door or console for long periods. This rolls the knees outward, leading to muscle tightness in the buttocks, hip pain, and sometimes nerve tingling down the legs. Remove bulky objects, like wallets, from your back pockets. This keeps your hips from being unbalanced and compressing the sciatic nerve. On extended shifts, it's important to keep moving in big and small ways. Take regular breaks and get out to stretch and walk every hour. While you're driving, Periodically roll your shoulders, flex your shoulder blades backward, twist your torso, turn your head, rotate your ankles, and do other micro-movements to stretch your muscles, change your posture, and keep from getting too stiff. If it's safe to do so, use your cruise control judiciously and take this opportunity to rest your legs and change their positions. Many vehicles have an inclined spot on the floor on the driver's side called a dead pedal. This comes in handy to rest your foot, and you can also use it to brace yourself when you want to shift your position slightly in your seat, assuming it is safe to do so, of course. Airbags. Try to sit no closer than 10 to 12 inches 25 to 30 centimeters from the steering wheel. This minimizes potential injury from an airbag during a crash. Needless to say, you should always wear your seatbelt too. What you wear can make a difference. Avoid wearing overly restrictive, binding, or bulky clothing. It's especially important to remove puffy jackets before getting in the vehicle. They trap too much air between your body and a seatbelt, which can lead to the belt not tightening properly against your torso in a crash and increasing your chance for whiplash injuries. Get in and out the right way. Doing this in a hurry, especially when your body is already stiff after a long drive, can cause harm. When getting in, take it slowly. Minimize twisting by sitting down in the seat with your 2 feet on the ground first, then swiveling in, holding on to the steering wheel for stability. When you're ready to get out, reverse these motions. And always maintain 3 points of contact with the vehicle. When you step outside, stepping out of the cab to stretch your legs is extremely important. Take care not to go straight from the prolonged sitting position to a lifting or bending position right away. Be considerate of the weather. Moving from a warm interior temperature such as inside your truck cab, into cold outside temperatures can cause muscles to stiffen. Stiff muscles can cause you to be at a higher risk for injury when you do lift objects. Make sure you're dressed reasonably for weather conditions or keep a jacket or vest close by. Take a few minutes in between to stretch and let your body breathe. Avoid twisting your back at all costs. When getting in and out of your truck, turn your body first and then step up or down. When lifting objects, turn with your feet, instead of twisting your spine. Wearing gloves can help protect the hands from the cold as well, which will reduce the risk of developing carpal tunnel syndrome.